Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Who would like to go to Paris? Good, everybody. Well, as you know, I was raised in France and have been to Paris several times. And I'm always surprised to see how expensive Paris seems to be. But then I did some research, and it doesn't have to be. So I am now going to share you the results of my research, and you are going to find out that yes, you can find inexpensive airfare, and yes, there are also ways to stay in Paris for a week, to have all your meals and your activities for a lot less money than you thought. So first, my first one, the airfare. The airfare is what is going to take the largest part of your budget. And it is expensive, but there are ways to save money on the airfare as well. The first way is to fly during the off-season. The second way is also to fly during a weekday, such as Thursday. And of course, remember to always make reservations ahead of time. I would say 6 to 9 months ahead of time to get the best fares. Here's an example I found while I was researching my two favorite travel websites, airfrance.com and kayak.com. You can see the difference between the off-season round-trip airfare and the tourist season airfare. There can be up to $500 difference per round trip. That is quite a bit. So now that we have found how to save money on the airfare, we are going to look at how to find lodging without breaking the bank. How we find lodging, without breaking the bank. The best way to find lodging in Paris for a week is to rent an apartment. In order to do that, you will probably need to share the apartment with other people in your group. So if you travel alone, that's probably not a good option for you. But if you have 2 or more people with you, that is an excellent option. Remember that this apartment needs to be reserved also ahead of time. You can start as early as a year ahead of time in order to secure the apartment that you want. Here's an example of an apartment that is for rent in Paris. If there are 6 people in your party, each one will pay $146 per week for lodging. And if there are 4 people in your party, you each will pay $219 per week. It's an apartment in the center of Paris. This is a typical street in your neighborhood, and these are a couple of pictures of what the apartment looks like. That is a very valid option. Once you have found your apartment, you need to think about how you are going to eat and where. The best way to save money is to buy food at the grocery store in Paris and to prepare the food at home just like you would do here in the States. Or you can also give yourself a rule of thumb, never more than 1 restaurant meal a day. Now that we have taken care of the necessities, let's look at the fun things to do. There are a lot of activities in Paris that either cost nothing or very little. I have looked at 2 very good websites. One is tripadvisor.com and the other is vrbo.com. They all give lists of activities that a person can do for very little money. Here you see it, Notre Dame Cathedral, no money. To visit the catacombs, $11. To visit the Luxembourg Gardens, which are absolutely beautiful, no money either. And remember that the best way to save money is to walk or take the subway. So after this, I will give you a handout with more information that you can find useful. So now you see we have talked about all the different things that you will need in order to make a trip to Paris in a very inexpensive way. You have your airfare, you have your lodging, your meals, and your activities. So start planning. The city of light awaits you.